What is up, gym fans? It is the week of November 3rd. I am Patricia,
And I'm Carissa.
and this is Decoded.
Woo! We're back. We're so back.
We're so back on our regular schedule, hopefully.
Not a 2-hour podcast.
Not a 2-hour podcast. Honestly, we're trying for stuff this week. So this is one of those slow weeks as the season, like the elite season basically is over. We are in the downtime before NCAA. So the next like month or two of episodes are going to be kind of fun, kind of NCAA previewy. We will see what we get into. But today will definitely be a shorter.
So fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. So today will definitely be a shorter episode. And then we'll see what happens in the future. So, but we are
Never
possibly
know
going
where
to have
the wind
some,
will take us.
yeah, maybe we'll have some guests on.
What?
Maybe we have nothing lined up, so we'll see. But
I'm
maybe
like,
we'll have
huh? No, okay.
news to
to me.
Carissa. Maybe we'll have some guests on. Maybe we'll do. I know we want to do like a year in review in December. I don't know. I'm very tempted. Like, I just have this desire to like watch a crazy gymnastics movie and then like basically just make our we have some explaining to do, us
I would love
gabbing over the movie. And then like today when I was sitting getting ready this morning, I was just like, it'd be so fun to do that in December and like have people like basically like tell people in the episode before to watch it.
that.
And then we can put on our Christmas pajamas for the episode when we discuss it and we can be like, it's like Christmas movie time.
Yeah, I love
We're doing
that.
gymnastics.
In.
So
Let's do it.
I don't know. If that's something that interests you, then comment and let us know what movie we should watch. And
Yeah.
then we will like recap it and discuss together. And chances are, because gymnastics movies are typically pretty cringe, but also hilarious, it will be a hoot.
But Stick It slays. So if
Stick
you
It
want to
does.
throw us a bone and make us watch Stick It, we can do that too. Because
That would probably be the default unless somebody actually suggests something. So
Yeah, I was gonna say if nobody suggests anything, we're watching Stick It because
I haven't seen Stick It, and I don't even know. I honestly
Year.
like it was so iconic, but I haven't probably seen it in like a decade.
You know what? My 12-year-old sister's coming in like a week, and I'm definitely gonna make her watch it with me.
Okay, so that'll be our default unless somebody says something. But that will be we can do that for a December episode. But you have to take notes when you watch it.
Yeah.
You have to take notes for the episode so we can discuss.
No, I can't wait. I
Is it
can
Nausea
literally
in that?
quote Yes, and I can literally quote the movie right now. She's like, pointy feet, not pointy words. Pointy words are not thirds.
Bra strap out.
Literally, every time my bra strap pops out, I'm like, Stick It.
All right, Carissa, what is your wobble of the week?
Which one do you want? I have a million. Okay, my wobble of the week is that right, so the plumbing in my house is broken. And so I have not been able to run water. I have no ice. There's no ice in my coffee.
Are you able to go to the bathroom?
No, I gotta walk down the street to my aunt's.
Oh my gosh, what about in the middle of the night?
I hold it.
Carissa basically lives like essentially like I would equate it not a family compound, but it's basically like a family compound.
Yeah. My great grandparents, my grandma, and my great aunt all had houses like in a U. And I'm at the top of the U, and the other two houses are on the other sides of the U. But the problem is I'm here to fix this house. And this house is very angry at the moment. So yeah, so the bathroom downstairs is flooding. We couldn't get it to stop. My cat is at my aunt's, so I don't even have my emotional support animal.
Oh no.
So that's my wobble. But Armando, our plumber, came yesterday and he was very sweet, and he's coming tomorrow to fix our lives. And he also very kindly turned on our water heater because, fun fact, I haven't had hot water since I got here like 2 months ago.
Oh my gosh. Carissa, like, how are
tried
you
to
alive?
turn it on, I tried to turn it on, and I thought I was gonna blow up the house, so I just
Carissa
turned it off.
also lives, like, outside of Chicago, so even in early November that is freezing.
Yeah, and because of the plumbing issue, it just, like, smelled icky downstairs, and I just was over it, so I told my grandma to turn the heat off to make the smell last.
Oh my gosh. Okay, um, my wobble I honestly, like, I've had, like, a pretty good week versus, like, previous weeks where it's been, like, I have a million wobbles. Um, but that being said, why does Jordan Chiles continue to get robbed on Dancing with the Stars? Why?
Yeah, actually,
My
guys, Patricia's really, like, hates this.
did you d I you don't watch?
I haven't been able to, no.
Yeah, okay. So, that
I
being
see the
said, last
clips, and it looks fab every time, and every
yeah,
time the clip's like, "They were robbed!"
okay, I am not sitting here saying that Jordan's dance per se last night was, like, absolutely, like, flawless top to bottom, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I am saying that in comparison to others and what the judges said, she should have had the first perfect 40 of the season, and
Mhm.
that I don't think is up for debate. Okay, 1, the dance was amazing. She did a jazz to River Deep Mountain High by Ike and Tina Turner on
Oh, I
Rock and
love
Roll.
I Can Tina Turner. Well, I guess
Rock and
I
Roll.
like Tina Turner.
Yeah, Tina Turner. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night, and theirs was amazing. Jordan had the wig, like, the
Uh,
outfits were great. It was a jazz, and they did do a lot more, like, acrobatics and stuff, but, like, it just fit, and, like, Jordan can do it, so
why
I
not?
don't see what the problem is. Nobody said anything about the acrobatics, so and then with some ballroom dances, they're just like, "Don't do lifts," like, blah, 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 whatever, okay? This is a jazz, it's not really as big of a deal, but they went down the judges panel. You gotta go watch it. It's on our site, you can see it, it's amazing. They went down the judges panel, and, like, Carrie Ann Inaba was like, "This is amazing." Derek Hough literally said it at one point that it was perfect in his comments. And when
Okay.
especially this season, I've watched Dancing with the Stars on and off for years, but when basically a judge says it's perfect, they give a perfect score for it.
Yeah, 'cause
So
that would actually make a lot of sense.
yeah, so no negative feedback. Flava Flav was the guest judge, which for that
That
alone, you
man
should probably
that man
go
loves Jordan Child.
yeah, so here's the deal. When I heard that Flavor Flav was the guest judge, if y'all don't know, Flavor Flav was like, "I'm gonna give you a bronze clock after the whole bronze floor medal
Metal
saga from
debacle.
Paris," and he did end up giving her this, like, bronze clock, and, um, it was amazing, and basically he loves her, and I knew from the first dance he gave a 10 for the first dance. I forget who it was. Oh, I think it was Dylan Efron and Danielle Carrigat Danielle? I don't know, whatever. Her, and it did not wasn't a 10. So he was just like, "10," and everybody was just like, "This is how this night is gonna go, okay."
Oh, yeah.
But you just have to embrace it. So,
Yeah.
that being said, I was just like I looked at Johnny because Johnny watched Dancing with the Stars with me actually, like, pretty solidly last night for, like, the first time ever, so that was, like, my love language, so shout out to my husband.
Aw. Sweet John.
Um, I had Peloton, and then we had wine and watched Dancing with the Stars, and it was, like, fabulous. This
That's
was
so
really just
sweet.
so anyways, so he gave Dylan a 10, and then, like, the next dance was, like, Alex and Val, and he gave them a 9 when they were, like, basically expecting all 10s. I didn't think the dance was a perfect 40 for them, but he gave them a 9, which was just, like, shocking because I was waiting for him to give 10s to everybody, but
Mhm.
I think he was like, "Oh, like, I gotta, like, kinda step it up a little
Yeah.
bit."
Yeah.
So, anyways, that alone is worth rewatching the episode because his comment he kept getting cut off, for the other judges to talk, and then or by the music to, like, end the judge's commentary, and then he was basically like I think he only awarded 9s and 10s. Um,
I love that
and
man.
he
That man
and
is
he
just
gave
a sweet bean.
he gave Andy a 9 while all the other judges gave him a 7. Um, and okay, so anyways, all to be said, he gave Jordan a 10 to be expected. Jordan could have, like, gone out there and, like, fallen flat on her face, and he would have given her a 10.
Yeah.
Out of everybody, that was definitely the one who was gonna get a 10, from him. And then Bruno also basically said that he loved it, and, like, to be clear, they gave no critiques. So, like, usually, if they're not gonna give a 10,
Mhm.
they give a critique, right?
Yeah.
Except for with Andy. I think they've given up on basically, like, maybe giving Andy, like, a lot of critiques because they just know that, like, the fans are gonna basically push this man through, and
Mhm.
they're gonna give him sevens, and Andy knows that he's gonna get sevens, so I don't know. But that being said, they usually would, like, give a critique or something. They don't give any critiques, and I know that Jordan wants critiques to improve if,
Yeah.
like, she's done something wrong. So, all that to be said, Carrie-Ann Inaba's first, she gives a 10. Then Derek, who said perfect, gives her a 9.
That's annoying.
Flavor Flav gives
That's
her a
annoying.
10, and then Bruno gives her a 9, and I'm just like, "Y'all are ridiculous."
Yeah, no, that's so annoying.
And then to add it all up, like, um, Crocodile Hunter kid, Robert Irwin, look, love the kid. I am rooting for Jordan this season. He is very stiff. He's not smooth. That's my first beef
Patricia,
with
they need to
him.
have you as a guest judge.
No, not qualified, but thank you. More
She's like,
qualified than
but anyways.
Flavor Flav, I will say. Respect to Flav. That being
God.
said he comes up. They do give him critiques because he did have some mistakes, and Derek still gives him a 9. So I'm just like, what is not clocking here? In the words of Justin Bieber, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah,
And
what's that clock?
then
Yeah.
I wanna say Bruno gave him a 10, or Bruno gave out a 10 to some other dance after Jordan that, like, the other judges clearly pointed out a mistake, and I'm just like, "What is wrong with y'all?" Like,
Yeah.
out of all of the dances so far this season, that was one that I think people are gonna rewatch again and again, and it was totally deserving of a perfect 40. So,
Clock
and it's
it.
gonna really peeve me off next week when they basically, like, because of dancing order or whatever, or because Jordan doesn't get a good mix of, like, dance type and song, they're gonna give Alex and Val or Whitney and Mark a perfect 40 because they are, like, they're the chosen ones this season, or Robert, and then Jordan's getting screwed. So, that's my opinion. It's a very
Clip
valid opinion.
it.
It is the accurate opinion. So, yeah. Anyways, that
I
was my
can't that
wobble.
clip. It's gonna
So
be
what's
so
your
good.
what's your stick?
Um, uh, trying to find the good in the week. Um, my stick. Oh, I have a good one. Ticketmaster owed me like $400 and was not giving it to me, and I was doing everything they were asking me to do, and it, like, I guess on their end wasn't going through, but I am just scarred from bad experiences, so I made a
Yeah.
silly little TikTok, and I tagged them, and it was, like, funny. Like, it was like, "Ticketmaster owes me $400 and I'm negative, so if anybody wants to have beef with them or loan me $1,000, let me know." And tagged them, and they DM'd me. It had, like, 70 the TikTok had 70 views, and they DM'd me,
Oh, I
and I
was
was
like,
like,
"Did this go viral and I didn't see it?"
"No." And I was like, "Oh," after all the Taylor Swift drama with the tickets, like, all the
Yeah.
ticket drama they've been having, they're on it. So, I just got that this morning, so I'm no longer negative after, like, literally 2 weeks of being negative. Also, don't judge me. Life is hard. I'm working on it.
It's okay. Carissa, just to be clear, guys, we're gonna make sure Carissa's taken care of.
Yeah. Johnny and
She
Patricia
is
are my parents. They're my bosses, but they're also, like, mom and dad.
okay. My stick is it was Henry's first Halloween.
Oh, he's
Paris's
so
Lorax
cute.
costume. Um, it was
It was
precious.
so cute. I died.
I um It was a lot of fun. He fell asleep, like, halfway through walking around the neighborhood. We weren't actually trick-or-treating with him. We went walking around our neighborhood with our neighbors/best friends, and it was fun, it was cool. Um, he was so cute. There was another Lorax. There was a lot the Lorax was a hot costume this year.
I know, everybody decided that's what they needed to do. I thought it was like
The
that and
lore
Coraline.
I didn't see Coraline.
Oh my god. Everybody was the mom from Coraline.
Hmm.
Everybody.
But
And I was like,
for
"Slay," but, like, also, "What?"
For us, we, like, saw the Lorax kid on I think his name's, like, Jacob or something on TikTok, and that was, like, right before Henry was born, and then in the hospital, we were, like, walking around, and I was trying to induce labor after, like, getting admitted, and we were singing the Let It Grow song, like, while walking around the hospital. Um, and then I was, like at one point, I changed the lyrics to Let It Flow because I wanted my water to break.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
It
you
didn't
were ready to
happen.
pop for, like, a
It
hot second there.
It didn't happen. This was actually, like, the day after this was actually my due date, but I felt ready to pop. But that being said, I did not induce labor with that singing. That was Pitocin, and it did actually pop and is insane. Childbirth is a wild experience. Um, but that being said, um we saw a Lorax on our front porch. We had Henry after we had gone around, and we were, like, sitting there, and a Lorax, like, a kid, like, a teenager, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, come see the baby Lorax, like, y'all gotta see each other," and that kid was like
Whoa.
and ran, ran away.
Oh my
I was
god.
I
The
was
person
like,
scared him.
"How offensive, this baby."
So
Anyways,
you guys were twins.
it was a great Halloween. Next year, we will be in my thing says Amsterdam, Netherlands. We will be in the Netherlands slash on a fjord cruise after Worlds when Halloween is. So it will be 2 years until we do Halloween again.
That's crazy.
Well
2? Well, yeah, that
well,
makes
yeah,
sense.
so 2 years from now, but, I'm sure we'll probably, like, try to hit a trunk or treat or something with him,
Wait, is
like
Worlds next year on Halloween?
it's not on Halloween, it is, like it ends, I wanna say, like, the
Like, right
25th or
before?
something? Yeah, but we'll still be over there, and usually when we go over to Europe for Worlds, we try to stay and, like,
Yeah,
tour a
you
little
do.
bit 'cause we've
Yeah,
already paid to go over
yeah.
there.
I'm
And
gonna
so we're gonna do the fjord cruise to up to Norway.
That's so cool.
Let's get to our top 10 gymnastics headlines of the week. This is where we catch you up on the gym stories of the week and give you the gist of what you need to know. So, number 1, jumping right into it, the Trampoline and Tumbling World Championships are underway in Pamplona, Spain. Finals begin Friday, November 7th, and go through Sunday, November 9th. We'll have the final results on our site Sunday. Eurovision is expected to be streaming finals for free worldwide, except Russia, Belarus, and Spain. We'll dive a little deeper into Tramp Worlds in our next segment.
Love. Headline number 2, kind of flying under the radar, but the 2026 Winter Cup will be in Louisville. Yeah? Is somebody
Yeah,
gonna
I think
come?
that's it. People always comment, but Louisville is pronounced a million different ways.
Okay, right?
Whatever.
We'll be in Louisville, Kentucky for the 4th consecutive year. This was apparently announced October 7th on the USA Gymnastics website. But when we say flying under the radar, we mean because they didn't get an email press release, or we didn't get an email press release, and it doesn't seem to have been announced on social. So this isn't surprising, though. Louisville is a logical location for this event as it's close to USAG headquarters and has a nice venue, even if the lighting could be a little better.
Makes everybody look dead.
Literally. Literally. Unlike recent years, it will just be Winter Cup and Elite Team Cup. Nastia Cup will be held with the revitalized American Cup in March. Winter Cup is also held in conjunction with the Kentucky Winter Classic, which is a regional invitational artistic meet for athletes up to level 10. The meet will be February 20 through the 22nd at the Kentucky International Convention Center.
Number 3, A little preview of the Olympic mixed team competition format, perhaps? While we wait for the location of the 2026 American Cup to be revealed, bid documents for the 2027 and 2028 events might be revealing what this event will look like. It's important to note that the FIG hasn't shared the exact format, but these documents state that American Cup is a one-day competition, Saturday only, involving the top gymnasts in the world. This event will host top 8 countries in gymnastics in both men's and women's artistic gymnastics. This is actually like fully brought from the bid documents. Each country would send a delegation including 3 men and 3 women gymnasts. It also says as the mixed team event will be introduced at the 2028 LA Olympics, American Cup will be the first of its kind and is aimed to set the tone for the layout of the discipline at the LA Games. As discussed last week, it's rumored that the men's events for this will be floor, parallel bars, and high bar, and the women's events will be bars, beam, and floor. That's not in the bid documents. That's just what we discussed last week, the event
Mhm.
specifically. We should find out the location of the 2026 American Cup and Nastia Lukin Cup because they're going to be held in conjunction and they will be on the same day. So it'll be Nastia Cup and then American Cup, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
Um, we should find out the location soon. Wherever it is, we plan to be on site for the return of this event. So it should be very exciting. And it's also nice that it's like kind of quick in and out, like podium training
Yeah.
Friday, event Saturday. I can fly home Sunday.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that
Definitely.
versus like a week-long event.
Yeah. No, it's a
So,
lot to do that, especially as a mom. Love. All right. Headline number 4. Angelina Melnikova shared some insight with Russian media in her return home after winning 2 gold medals and a silver at the World Championships in Jakarta. The biggest takeaway is that earlier this year, before she got approved for neutral status, Melnikova was considering retiring, and now Worlds and the Paris World Cup have given her a renewed energy to do the sport, saying she felt like she was 15 again. For reference, she's 25. She also said that everyone was friendly towards her. The translated interviews say that she said artistic gymnastics is not a toxic sport at all! Exclamation point. End quote.
sweet. Okay. Number 5, the Comme-la-Ville and Arthur Gander Memorial Tournaments have concluded at Comme-la-Ville in France, a junior and Hopes Espoir competition. The U.S. was second in both the junior and Hopes team competitions, with France snagging the top spot. As for Arthur Gander, check our site for results after the meet concludes Wednesday. We are recording this before that meet is over. And before we move on, I have to point out that Leanne Wall is haunting the Comme-la-Ville results page.
What do you mean? I need to
Uh,
know.
um, I like I can't show you because my phone is up and like it's right here. Is there like a chat? Can I drop this to you? Yes. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can drop this to you. I don't think
Yeah.
I can. I don't think that works. Okay. All that to be
No.
said, Carissa. Oh
Yeah.
wait, let me can I text it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is I'm not getting this is what this is what the results look like.
No, it's so scared.
Pages and pages and pages of Leanne Wong 2021 at 2021 Worlds with her medal from Kita Kyushu on the podium or wherever, like
Does
this
she
podium
know?
photo. I have no idea and I don't understand why. Like this, I pulled this. Okay, so first I saw this. I saw this on Twitter.
Amanda.
The Gymternet shared like the results, and then somebody was just like, "Why is Leanne on the
Somebody
PDF?"
was
And I
like,
was
"Are
just
we
like,
just not gonna talk about the fact that Leanne is ghostly on the"
and I was like, "What?" And then hold on, let me turn this. And then I go and check it, and sure enough, like, her this same photo is pasted, like, throughout, like, not completely through the documents, but, like, most of the pages, this woman is haunting the pages, and I went and checked the
That's
USAG
sick.
site where they shared the results too, and it's the same thing. I screenshotted this from USAG.
That's
I don't
insane.
I don't
That was
understand
not
what's
I thought there was,
happening.
like, a story that you were gonna tell me, like, I wasn't expecting that, that's crazy.
No, it's just literally Leanne Wong as, like, basically a ghost on the podium. We're obviously showing it behind in the background of the Combe-Leville results. It makes no logical sense. She's an American gymnast. This is France.
It's
She
giving, like,
it's not from this
"Boo!"
it's not from this meet. It's from that's from 2021 Worlds. It's from a photo from 4 years ago, so it's not even her from, like, 2025 Worlds. I don't know if this is France. This is my pie in the sky fun theory. Again,
Mhm.
fun. Is that France is, like, taking a stand and saying that Leanne should have been the world all-around champion? I don't
I'm
know.
10
Like, "She will haunt you for the rest of your life."
forever. Give her the
Ooh.
medal. I'm dead.
It's just so random and so
No,
weird, and
that's
I'm just like,
so
"How did
insane.
this end up here? How?"
No, I don't understand. That's insane. Interesting. Well, I feel haunted by Leanne now.
Number 6, the countdown is on. US great Yul Moldauer will be cleared to return to training a week from today on November 13th. Moldauer was suspended by USADA back in January for 16 months due to a whereabouts violation. He is cleared to return to competition on January 13th, 2026, meaning we should expect to see him back in action, hopefully in the spring, maybe Winter Cup. That might be too quick of a turnaround. I don't know. You can read the full story about Moldauer's suspension on our site, but he has been very transparent about the situation, and it's very much in a positive light. Um, in his downtime from the gym, he's been busy working, DJing, and staying generally fit as he prepares to get back after it and pursue another Olympics.
Psyching. All right, headline number 7. U.S. Air Force gymnast and world bronze medalist Patrick Hoops was featured on Fox News last week to discuss his world medal winning performance. He was also asked about the Israel being denied visas to compete and said a lot of people were, I don't know if they were upset, but they were pretty bummed that Israel wasn't going to be there. I mean, everyone there understands the work that they've put in to get to the point and be able to show up at world championships. And an athlete from any country being denied that for reasons outside of their control is always a pretty disappointing story to hear. End quote. Hoops said, adding it was sad that they didn't get to show what they've been training for. Hoops also expressed interest in obviously competing at future world championships, but the World Military Games in North Carolina in 2027 too.
Yeah, I didn't know this existed. So
No, I just found out.
cool, fun. I didn't know, and artistic gymnastics is definitely on the docket. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go to North
Love.
Carolina. I come from a military family, so I
Yeah, I
would
don't,
love to
but
go see that.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Number 8, gymnastics fans will be excited to know that Lorenzo Bonicelli, aka Bonnie, shared a picture of himself from the hospital where he is recovering. He was in a wheelchair and seemed in bright spirits, a better case scenario after initial reports were grim when he was injured at the World University Games over the summer. He captioned the pictures, and this is translated, "Together with you, thank you." So I think it was
Oh,
just basically a thank you to all of his supporters who have gathered behind him since his severe injury at the World University Games over the summer. So,
I love that. Headline number 9, injury update. After Worlds and the end of the 2025 Artistic Elite season in earnest, French gymnasts Laurette Sharpie and Anthony Mansard, Swiss and Penn State gymnast Ian Rubel, and Australian gymnast Vedant Sawant
mhm.
are among the athletes nursing injuries. Some are having surgery, some just taking rest. But 'tis the season as athletes try to rest up and get their bodies right ahead of next season. Yeah, everybody needs to go take some nappies and ice those things.
That's basically what's happening. Some are getting
Literally,
surgery, some are just chilling, but pulling out
it's
of
that time of
competition. So,
year. Yeah,
yeah. And number 10, Gage Kyle, aka the triple back kid, recently shared a video of him training a triple back as his side pass. It is wild. Take a look. Okay, so now that we've given the rundown of the gym news, we want to go into specific stories that we think need a little bit more attention, and we have some explaining to do. So, story number 1, it's Tramp and Tumbling Worlds. Technically, it's called Trampoline Gymnastics Worlds, but there's tumbling as well. So I
mhm.
call it TNT Worlds, whatever.
They call it GNT
Um,
too.
Yeah, so I feel like they should change the name because tumbling
100%.
obviously is not a trampoline. I don't know.
And
I will
yeah.
be the first to say that I would say as far as my knowledge of the disciplines, the Olympic disciplines, which is trampoline, rhythmic, artistic. Artistic is obviously, way up here. And then, my knowledge of it's probably like trampoline and then rhythmic, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I can understand the skills in trampoline a little bit more than rhythmic. Rhythmic confuses me. So all that
Mm.
to be said, I do not claim to be an expert of trampoline tumbling. Maybe Carissa is a little bit more knowledgeable, but we are all about giving them attention though here and
Yes.
hyping up this event and recognizing that these athletes are doing incredible things and they should get more attention and you should watch
100%.
TNT Worlds. So,
It's
I don't
really
know if
cool, and it's
yeah,
such a fast meet.
I don't know if they want to if the TNT kids want like the worlds to be called TNT Worlds basically or trampoline and tumbling
That's
worlds.
yeah, I mean, they would just call it, like for reference, my best friend was on Team USA as a tumbler. Um, and then my other now best friend, who she introduced me to, did tramp. So, I, like, kind of have a weird niche in this, but they just called it straight worlds, or they would call it, TNT worlds.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I didn't even know that it was called trampoline worlds, which is
mhm.
insane because that cuts out 2 entire categories, but that's fine. Okay.
Well, yeah, yeah. So we're just basically gonna kinda give a little background because a lot of people don't even know that, like, a whole gymnastics world championships is happening right now that isn't
Yeah,
artistic.
yeah,
So, we're just kinda gonna briefly go over, like, some things to know and basically how to watch, and we
yeah,
mentioned that it's gonna be on Eurovision, etcetera, but, that being said, like, Rhythmic Worlds was so as far as, like, the 3 big disciplines that are Olympic disciplines, Rhythmic Worlds was first earlier this I think it was I don't know what month it was, but it was in the past couple months, whatever. And then Rhythmic Worlds, and then, Artistic Worlds obviously just wrapped, and then this is Tramp and Tumbling Worlds. Um, so that being said, it's in Pamplona, Spain, we talked about that. But basically, as far as, like, disciplines go, there is, there's trampoline, of course, like, main trampoline that is contested at the Olympics where it's just singular trampoline. And
mhm,
then there is, synchro trampoline, which is, of course, 2 trampolines, and they're going at the same time.
mhm.
And then I love how I'm like, "This is my bouncing."
Yeah, I know, literally.
Um, and then there's double mini trampoline, which is where they, like, run and bounce onto the double mini trampoline, and then dismount off onto a mat. And then there is tumbling, which is on a rock floor
Yeah,
to a
and
mat.
it's, like, literally a crazy pass.
Yeah, it's, like, super long
It's,
pass, like,
like, the longest pass you've ever seen in your life.
like an like jumbo size floor
Rod floor.
pass
Yeah.
on rod floor. So, like, when the artistic gymnasts are, like, having so much fun on rod floor because it's, like, obviously so bouncy and they can kinda
Yeah.
train these things and stuff, that's what they compete on in
Mhm.
tumbling because they can obviously go, like
Way
and
higher and
they
longer
can go
and
way higher and longer, kinda push the limits
a
of
lot more power in that.
mhm.
It's
So
it's power tumbling,
it is
essentially.
power tumbling, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so it's super long. Um, and they basically, like a lot of them basically do, like, back handsprings, but then, like, a lot of whips
Whips.
into a final, like, massive skill.
Yeah. It's like one massive skill that contains, like, 18 mini skills. Not mini, but, like, 18 other skills
Yeah,
within the one skill.
it's crazy. So,
It's insane. It's so cool.
I think across, like, all the disciplines, the big thing right now is triples.
Mhm.
Like, we're talking about, like, triples on artistic side where it's, like, a triple dismounts and stuff, but, like, in and of course, triple passes on floor, but, like, in trampoline and tumbling, it's on steroids. There are so many triples happening, like, basically for the men on, like, on the actual trampoline discipline, like, I think it's just basically who can put in as many triples as possible.
100%.
Um, and then I think for the women, like, they're definitely doing more triples because this code, I think it has built-in bonuses for triples.
Mhm.
Um And so, like, I think Maddie Davidson from New Zealand, she's, like, planning on maybe doing, like, 4 triples in her new routine,
It's
which is
insane.
that's crazy, especially for a woman to do that many.
Yes. And
Um
it's kind of really cool because a lot of other things that we don't typically see in gymnastics is that there's actually some crossover between the cheer world and power tumbling world in the
Mhm,
past
mhm.
because in cheer you can do crazy passes. They've started to get a little stricter, but it's more like power tumbling. So if somebody is really good at tumbling, like her name was
You're talking about Angel Rice?
yes.
Mhm,
Yes, that's what I was gonna say, and then I was like, "Am I making that up?" No. Angel Rice, she cheered at Stingrays in Atlanta.
mhm.
She was super good, and then she was on Team USA for power tumbling. And so it's just kind of cool. It allows for people like cheerleading wasn't in the Olympics yet, and so it kind of allowed this different path for people that weren't trained on artistic gymnastics. It's fascinating to me. I love it.
It's really cool, and then some also, like, there's just crossover in general from I know that there is, an artistic gymnast that at least one I'm sure that there's others, but one that I read about that is, competing in tumbling
Mhm.
at this world. So he competed at the 2023 Junior World Championships as an artistic gymnast, and he kind of felt like his, like, artistic gym career was complete, and he segued into tumbling, so he will be competing at tumbling at this Worlds. And
That's
then
so cool.
if you don't know, Charlie Larson was a
Yeah.
TNT athlete,
Yep.
Michigan floor maven, and he is obviously now competing in artistic. So there is a lot of crossover,
Mhm.
especially on that tumbling side specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, like,
yeah.
just to give a
No.
little background, I feel like you would think they're such short events, quote unquote, or such short competitions that they maybe train less or anything like no. My best friend literally trained with the gymnasts at her gym and put in crazy hours just like elite gymnasts do.
Yep.
It's the same training, except they have, I think, do they get 2 passes? Do they get a first and a second?
Um, for DMT and tumbling, I believe they get 2
Get 2.
passes each, and
And
we
then
again, we are not experts, so we might be
yeah.
off on that. Obviously,
We're gonna have
trampoline,
to
they
bring
only
my
do
best friend on.
what?
Like, we're gonna have to bring Reagan on to break it down.
We should, that would be
We should
amazing.
bring her on, and then we can bring Carly on
Yes.
for trampoline.
Oh, we could totally do that. I actually think that's a great idea. We should do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You should ask them if they wanna come on next week
Oh my god, I should. Is
because we
when
could
does
recap
Georgia's
Trampoline Worlds.
football season end?
When does Georgia's football season end? In January?
Oh, Reagan works for them. She works for UGA.
Oh,
She's an
okay, cool,
athlete.
cool.
Carly,
Hmm.
though, who did trampoline, she works at home. She's very busy, but I could convince her. We
You
just
should
might.
you should ask them if they're watching Worlds, and then if so, you could ask them if they would either or both of them would wanna come on and basically recap it.
Yeah,
But, yeah, so I think there are multiple passes for DMT and tumbling, and then, of course, individual tramp is
yeah.
they just have one routine for, like, qualifying, and then they do finals and so on and so forth. Um, but individual tramp is the only one that is in the Olympics. It's, like, literally like a one-day extravaganza at the Olympics. The men go, the women go, they're done.
Mhm.
Rhythmic is obviously a couple days, and then, of course, artistic is a big thing, but, um, that being said, I would love to see more of the TNT disciplines in the Olympics.
100%.
I don't know when or how it would happen. I think it would need to get bigger based as far as, like, it's big. This is like a massive world championships, by the way. Like, Fig described it as a gold mine. It is. They have, of course, technically 3 disciplines if you're talking like tramp, DMT, and tumbling. Um, but then they have 16 world titles up for grabs.
Yeah,
So
it's insane.
there's so many gold medals. Um, and it's just massive. It's just like as far as like the attention goes for it, I think it needs to grow as far as
Mm,
like attention that way goes for it
yeah,
to really pick up steam to get to expand as far as events goes at the Olympics. But I think like my opinion is that at some point, like if it were to get that and the IOC were to give it a chance, it would be massive at the Olympics because people would love
100.
watching it.
Oh my god, no, it's so fun to watch. I literally would skip school to watch Reagan. It's insane.
And I will say, like, the trampoline, I was doing some, like, research for Tramp ahead of Paris, and those events, ever since it was introduced, I believe in, like, maybe, like, at the 2000 games, around that time frame, so it's been around for a couple decades now as an Olympic discipline, it's basically, like, always sold out at the games. It's a huge people love going to see it and stuff. There's my cat. And so, yeah, it's just amazing. Um what else can we talk about with, the trampoline games? Stars to watch the trampoline games, the trampoline
I
world
know.
championships. Stars to watch, the big name, especially from the US, is Ruben Padilla.
Mhm.
He, is kind of a crossover athlete. That's another thing with trampoline and tumbling is that, like, it's obviously, like, they're not all competing like these specific events, like, artistic, but like, some people do just stay with tramp, some do just stay with DMT, some do just stay with tumbling, but then they'll cross over, and so Ruben Padilla is actually he's technically a triple threat, he does do tumbling, but
Yeah.
he's primarily DMT and individual tramp. So, well, and he'll also do, like, synchro. So, but he is the reigning DMT champion. He's, like, the best he's basically a DMT legend.
Yeah, he's insane.
Um, he's wild. And so, yeah, he at this champs, he's 25. He will do individual, tramp, mixed synchro, tramp, and DMT. And he basically debuted, like, at during Podium, he debuted this past but he probably won't do it, but basically he is really pushing the the boundaries of what is possible in DMT. And then he was the alternate for trampoline for the US in individual at the Olympics last year, and that's obviously, like, one of clearly, like, probably one of his goals is to make the Olympics for that, but the US basically gets, like, 1 athlete because the US is not a n star as far as, like, trampoline goes specifically. They're really more strong on the tumbling and DMT side, as far
Yeah.
as I understand it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, um, that being said, there's Ruben, and then on the trampoline side, they're, like, both of the or, like, the reigning not the reigning okay, yeah, so Olympic champion Ivan Litvinovic, he's an authorized neutral athlete. He will be there. The other reigning Olympic champion, Bryony Page will be there. And then, you have the Olympic champion from Tokyo will also be there. So, I mean, there's a ton of as far as, like, tramp goes, like, basically, like, all the big names or a lot of the big names are there. They're not taking a year off after Paris, like, an artistic. So there's that, and then, what else can we say about it? Mixed synchro is making its debut here, and that basically means that obviously they've got synchro, but then
Mhm.
it'll be a man and a woman,
Which is
and
so cool.
that's really cool. I like synchro in general.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so unique.
it is, it's very fun, and I think that synchro artistic should happen. I'm big
100%.
I don't even know where we would start there, but I think it should happen. Um, but that being said, they will have mixed synchro here. Synchro has happened at the World Championships, at the TNT Championships in the past, but mixed is new. And I really like it. It's fun, but also the couple that I would tell people to watch is the New Zealand couple, Dylan
Mhm,
Schmidt and Maddie Davidson.
mhm.
They are actually like they are a couple, like in real life. They
Yeah,
are together. So there's like a love story there. And then
it's
they're
so
both
cute.
individual Olympians for trampoline. And then they're going to be competing together in mixed synchro. So
My love.
we love it.
It's so
Um,
cool. It's just a whole other world that you can get into if you're into the sport. Like, I feel like a lot of people, especially post Olympic years, post artistic worlds, they're looking for something to fill that void, and I feel like they might not even know this is there, and it's a
Yeah.
whole other realm to get into. Like, there's gymnastics all year round, y'all just gotta find it.
It really is. Gymnastics is a year-long sport. I say, like, we're kind of going into the dead period, and it really is slow, especially after Tramp Worlds is over, but then there's Junior
Yeah,
Worlds for artistic and stuff, so there's always something going on for gymnastics.
always.
It's just what
Always.
discipline is it?
Exactly.
So you gotta get into the different disciplines, and my last call out for TNT Worlds is, the tumbling competition. Of course, we kinda discussed tumbling in general, but, like, they have some crazy legends in the making, we'll call
Yeah,
them.
they do.
Um, you have Caden Brown from the US, you have Ethan McGuinness from Australia, you have Tovig Aliyev from Azerbaijan, and Fred Teague from Great Britain. These are all massive names. Um, they are all just, like, putting out crazy passes. And then there's also, Mikhail Malkin from Azerbaijan is too. Azerbaijan puts out some crazy tumbling athletes.
Yeah.
Caden Brown is, like, the one that I'm most familiar with because he's from the US, but they're just really pushing the boundaries.
Yeah. No, it's insane.
So how to watch, you can watch on Eurovision, it's free, you just have to make an account. They'll have finals, they will not have qualifying, but definitely worth tuning in. Spain isn't too far ahead of the US if you're in the US. I believe it's like 5 or 6 hours ahead, so you could definitely catch it at a reasonable hour. It'll be
For
Friday to
sure.
Sunday, so tune in. So, took a little second, I have a baby right here. Hello. Hopefully
Boy
it doesn't cry.
Henry.
We are going to Hi. We are going to finish up, the last we have some explaining to do topic, and then, bounce out of here, basically. So, that being said,
Pun
one more thing I wanted
intended.
Yes, bounce like trampoline and tumbling. Um, but I was reading the Wall Street Journal. We get the Wall Street Journal, the print edition. I'm a big proponent of, supporting journalism, but also like the print edition. So we get the Wall Street Journal weekend edition, and they were like featuring the enhanced games. And I was reading about it, and I think it's insane. But I wanted to point out because I found out that gymnastics was initially rumored to be part of it a couple years ago, and I think it might be added in the future. And I just like don't even know what to think about this. So, if you don't know, the enhanced games is basically like they're basically like, from what I understand it, not allegedly, like, it seems like the person who started this actually hates the Olympics, unlike the
Mhm.
IOC,
Mhm.
um, and is basically setting out on their own to do this enhanced games where, like, as it basically kind of implies, you can openly dope. You can openly do PEDs, like performance enhancing drugs. But yeah, so you can openly do performance enhancing drugs, and they're going to have their first enhanced games next year. It, I believe, has like weightlifting, which is like always been like the one that is like
Yeah.
has doping issues.
100%.
Um, and then it will also have athletics, so like track and stuff, and then swimming at this one. So it's 3 disciplines. Um, but originally they expected to have 5 disciplines, and it was going to be have gymnastics as well. And when this was announced a couple years ago, and I was looking at it and I was just like, "What?" And I was just like, "Who?" So I wanted to bring it up because, one, like, it's a big topic right now. There are some big names that are basically choosing to go and compete at these
No.
games.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, like,
It
from
gives me, like,
swimming.
AI, like, it gives me, like, weird science experiment, like,
It really is, like,
I don't like
basically,
it. It's like a scary it's the start to a scary movie.
I feel like it's like a slippery slope, and there's gonna be they basically said that, like, they're gonna, like, track, take people's, like, vitals and, like, track people's, whatever, and basically make sure that, um, like, they're okay and they're not gonna have, like, a cardiac event or things like that. But, like, I think sports is meant to be, like, pushing what the natural human body can do.
It just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
And so, yeah, so they're gonna do this next year. There's some big names. Apparently, like, if you basically break world records, obviously doped, but you break the world record, like, you basically can get, like, $1 million bonus. And they're paying these athletes there's, like, basically private equity backing, I believe, for these games. Lance,
It's
get
giving big pharma.
I have no like, it
Like,
maybe it
I'm like,
is.
"What? Who?" It is giving, like, evil. Like, it's giving bad.
One thing I pulled from the website was the future of sport, quote unquote, an open celebration of science and human enhancements. And the other important thing to note is that apparently they can like basically participate in these games, but you can participate doping or not doping. So you can participate without doping. And basically they say like stay in line with USADA or like World WADA or whatever. So um but I'm just like who would go and basically align themselves with this and not dope?
Or, like, unless they're trying to prove a point, but, like, still, I just don't even wanna be involved. Like,
So obviously, like I said, like gymnastics is not a part of it for this upcoming games, but it sounds like it's basically on the short list of sports that they would want to be a part of it. And I mean, I fully believe that obviously like doping has happened in gymnastics, like,
100%, yeah.
but it's not one of those big sports where like
No, it's
it
not
happens
talked about,
regularly.
like, no.
Yeah,
No, like,
like
even figure skating, I feel like, has had way more issues.
mhm, mhm. So, I just like my reason for bringing it up would be like, who would do this? And I feel like that's why they probably pulled it, is like, I don't know who they would have even gotten to do this
Well, I
from the gym
just don't.
world.
It's giving, like, when people put chips in their brains. Like, why? You know?
Yeah,
Like,
why
there's
would you do
just,
it?
like,
I mean, it's just
what
a
are you
money
trying
thing.
to.
It's a money
It's
thing
a
for
money
sure. Like,
grab, yeah,
any of the
it's a
athletes
rage
basic
bait, honestly, is what it is. It's just rage bait. And I'm
it really
just
is
like,
rage bait.
it's just rage bait, and I'm like, oh, so I don't know, it gives me icky vibes. It's giving weird utopian, can buy our way through things. I don't know. Not a fan.
Apparently, one of the biggest I think it was Australian swimmers because Australia is really strong in swimming, was offered to do it, and he actually turned it down, and he, like, cited basically, like, he wanted to have a good legacy and all of this stuff, but, like, he's got a family and stuff, and he was like, "It was really hard for me to turn it down because the amount of money they were offering, and then if you broke records, you could win $1 million, like, US dollars." That's crazy, but he ultimately decided to turn it down for basically, like, his legacy, and honestly, it sounded like ethical, like, obviously, issues. It very much also gives me, like, if you're into the golf world at all or have any idea, like, the
Yes,
Live
I was
Golf versus PGA
literally.
Tour,
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, but I'm just not
because
knowledgeable enough about it to, like, say it, so I was like, I
those
but in my head, that's what I was equating it to.
now, Live is not that's not it's not the same exact thing because Live is not they're not openly doping.
No.
That's not anything like that. They're trying to do, like, a different format, and they basically poached a lot of the big names and basically throw hundreds of millions of dollars at them.
Yeah.
But that being said, athletes that have chosen to go to Live or not have had to weigh the whole legacy debate, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
that's been do you want your head to be on camera? Okay.
Henry. Look at that head.
Look at
Wow.
that.
So shiny and bald.
He's growing hair. His red hair is coming in slowly.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It's
Love you.
just a little ginger.
Um, but
Strawberry
yeah, so
blonde.
something to watch in the coming years if this is my personal opinion is this is insane. I think Carissa's on the same page as me. I would I hope that it basically happens and then ceases to exist.
I just, like,
Like,
it's
basically,
giving
like,
me
after the first
major
one.
ick. Like,
Or, like, maybe it'll be canceled like the SI Women's Games, I don't know. Sorry,
stop.
postponed.
I'm still like, I get why it was canceled, but I'm still sad about it. I
Yeah,
thought it was
that
pretty fun.
was sad because
That
obviously
one,
that's
I'm
not
for. This one,
yeah.
cut, cut,
So, we'll see, but if
cut.
it were to take off and people were to, like, actually be interested in it and stuff, and it was something that they continued, then, like I said, basically, it seems gymnastics is on the short list, so it'd be very interesting to see if it was added, if it happened, who would participate in it. Um, so something to just watch over the years over the next couple of years, and, if you're interested, I mean, I will definitely be monitoring, like, how this enhanced games goes to see if it will continue and stuff, but
Yeah, for sure.
crazy. So,
Weird.
alright, so
Weird vibes.
finally, let's transition to our last segment of the episode. Finally, let's transition to our last segment of the episode where we get to dive into more of a pop culture slash real life headlines in the gym world. And gymnasts are people too.
Let's do
So,
it.
our topic for this, he's just sitting there with his hands in his mouth, staring at me.
Be so cute.
Our topic for this week's Gymnasts Are People Too is Halloween.
Happy
Yay!
Halloween.
There were so many inter squads with everybody dressing up and doing different costumes. UCLA had some good costumes, had some other ones. The video that stood out to me on Halloween was this. Of course, Henry was the Lorax, but there was a gymnast who dressed up as the Lorax and was like basically running around the gym doing events and stuff as the Lorax, um, which
I'm
was crazy.
obsessed. A Lorax
But
on
that
bars would go crazy.
a what?
A Lorax on bars would go crazy.
Yes. So we will. Here's the video.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
put it in.
but that got me thinking best Halloween costume. So, Carissa and I. Hey, honey, you can't cry. Mommy's doing the podcast. Okay.
You
Okay.
said you're not gonna call mine the best Halloween
Yours
costume?
is the best Halloween costume. Um. So, Carissa, what was your favorite gym Halloween costume that you saw?
Mine was Jordan's because it was insane. Um, so much work had to go into that, and I was just I'm impressed that she can handle all of that and not get overstimulated because I would have freaked out. 2, it just was so well done and so good. It was like she's the only one that I saw from, like, non-NCAA gymnasts that, like, really went all out for Halloween. She slayed.
Oh, it
I
was
love
insane. I do think that was the one that went like the most crazy.
Yeah, she was with it. She was in
She
it.
was.
She was.
I put there were so many good costumes, I will say, but I this whole 6'7" thing, 6'7", I don't know that these, like, kids are doing nowadays is triggering to me. I don't really understand. I don't think it means anything. Apparently, it's, like, the word of the year by, like, Webster's or something. Let me see.
Yeah, it is.
Webster's 6'7". Dictionary.com's 2025 word of the year is 6'7".
Yep.
That's insane. It doesn't even mean anything.
It's also
Um,
numbers. It
but that being said, the Howls, we saw somebody's parents dressed up as like 6'7". Basically, they just put like 6 and 7s on their chests when we were walking around the neighborhood. But the Howells from Clemson, Cal to Clemson, whatever, Justin and Liz, they clearly, like, it seemed like last minute, but they, like, cut out 6s and 7s and put it on, and they were 6'7" for
I love that.
Clemson, but I was like, "Why is this, like, so what is triggering to me about this?" And it's because it's my child's birthday. Henry
That'll
was
get ya.
born
That'll do it for you every time, won't
Henry
it?
was born June 7th, AKA 6'7",
6,
and I'm
7.
just like, "Oh my gosh, weird, so weird."
Your child's a meme. How does that
Are you a
feel?
meme? Are you a meme? You're
Henry, you
cute
were a
meme.
star the moment you were born.
You're a cute meme. So cute. But that's it. Okay, so
We
that's the
did
end of
it.
that's our Halloween discussion, but let us know in the comments basically whose Halloween costume you liked from the Gymter net universe, the
Yeah,
gymnastics world. And
tell
yeah,
us.
so as we close, I think I basically mentioned early on, but let us know who you would maybe like to see on the show as we lean into maybe some guests in the next couple of months, especially.
Yeah.
Um, and then,
Or even if there's, like, topics you want us to break down, like, I feel like this is a really good time for, like, we have some explaining to do to get super niche because we have the time,
Yes.
whether it be like the code or, NCAA versus elite, anything like that. Like, let us know. We're more than happy to do that.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk
We are
about.
here to make gymnastics digestible.
Yes, we are decoding gymnastics. That is the whole point.
Period.
So let us know, but make sure you're following our social platforms and following us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on social.
Yeah. Eh.
Says follow us on social.
Yes,
But
please. Please help me.
um
Oh.
and we'll see what happens for next week, but we'll talk to
Until
you
then,
then.
love yous.
Bye.